Out of the bed with the memory. I just took the nap because actually I had been installed two cell phones. These are like a crystal that are wired through my ears. You know, when you create cell phone, you have this electric component, this plate, and you take your components and you put them on the plate, and then you just connect these plates and with some type of chips, and you have like a cell phone. That is what is done in my ears. I have just a nanowires, silver nanowires, and I have crystals. And these crystals are connected with these nanowires together. I have switch, like a switch when they switch in. I have some chip when I am in horizontal position, for example, how it is probably giving information about my position where I'm just And I hear this and I record this. And who did this? Paul Markovich, Blue Shield of California CEO. What did I do 2007 that he will be putting me this program? Nothing. I was working, learning, going home, working, learning, going home, working, learning, working, learning. He so horrible sexually abused this robot humanoid that was created at the very end. That robot didn't have genitals. I am creating videos that have 2 viewers on YouTube. This is impossible. It is quite impossible. And I do think that only these torturers actually have access to YouTube. Why? Because I remember when I was attacked in April, YouTube, first of all, I would be seeing like a 17 views. I would be coming 2 hours later, I would be having 14 views. And I had like a YouTube actually cutting my videos. I would be saying something and bringing evidence, and they would be cutting at that point. I mean, I really didn't have any, this was just happens so by chance, who would be going and watching videos, to see when they are cut. And now I was just cleaned my eyes again, my ears again, and I found these crystals. These can be even self-replicating crystals. I cannot get rid of them. Imagine that part. They put in your ears, in human ears, self-replicating mobitels. And my last knowledge was they were dragging me through the water. Because they are creating machine out of me. They actually, through these biosensors, nanosensors, nanoradio, strangulation technology, Google tattoo, neurograins, biosensors that are flopping. My body is flopping. They are creating brain-machine interface. And they are constantly, since 2007, connecting me to some type of machine, a robot. Now, Paul Markovich, because I said what he did, his father, Stephen C. Markovich, they are catching people alive and pushing them into military programs. And why? Because they know once in the military there is no way that someone is going to take you out. And he is waving, I am in the military, I have military, I have Nancy Pelosi, and I push on Nancy Pelosi $76,000 a year, and Nancy is overjoyed. I am telling you, history is going to judge you, you monsters. You Jerry Brown, you Kamala Harris. Oh, Kamala. Kamala even trained me during the night to say Kamalita. Because she tried to poison me in my car, and who was participating, security guy from Modesto, who was working for Shia Properties in San Jose. You killers! You're killing me! And I'm asking you to stop it! Nancy Pelosi, take your daughter whom you gave the job to record political events. Push her into this program. You, Paul Markovich, you have that daughter because he's, immaculate resume. Husband, father. But imagine that monster has records of all Californians who probably are all nanochipped. It is just that it is not activated. And it is not going to be activated if you never ever question those oligarchs, those politicians who are paid by oligarchs. Once you open your mouth, wow, see Michael Johnson, who dared to question generosity of Blue Shield. See how he's looking now and how he looked like 2 years ago or 3 years ago when he started this campaign. He said, I am scared of them. I was scared of them. He looked like a person who is in the woods living and chased by wild animals. And that is what I realized when I started to work for Motorola and when they fitted me my badge. I was looking at that person, I said, wow, is that me? Because I look the same way. We had war here in former Yugoslavia. And my uncle, who was living later in London, they chased to kill him. And he had to hide in the woods. And I did see his photo. And he looked that way. That is how I looked. And that is how Michael Johnson, who didn't do anything, but said, you are non-profit, give to the community back. And Markovic did like do this. We are the most generous company. We are the most ethical company. Why? Because he has a friend there in this company that is giving ethical awards. When they ask him, oh, you're playing hockey? Oh, it is good for the ego. When Suter Health overcharged, I don't know how, did he say, hey, Suter Health, but we cannot send this like to our customer. They're already like, paying so much for premium. No, he said, no, it is not like a fair. We are not getting enough. They are getting more than he's getting. And this monster, I don't care about his policy, about his company. This monster is killing me. Markovic, you need to stop, you peasant from North Dakota who came to Bay Area with your Indian woman who has military ties because her father was vice president of DuPont Corporation, that DuPont Corporation that this poisoned people with these like a nanotubes, and I'm going to show you after cleaning my ears what I did get. See this here. This is what I actually cleaned a little bit, and see this here. These are morgellons or nanotubes, and you go to the doctor to show them. And they are self-replicating like nanotubes, and my body is full of these. And actually, NanoRadio, University Berkeley, Settle Group 2007 is also some form of the nanotube. Here how it looks like. You see how I'm digging because I wanted to remove this crystal. See this? And this is under the skin. That is not on the surface of the skin, that is under the skin. You see this? This? Did it break because I used like a hydrogen pen? You see when it was taken? Just before I took the nap today. You see this? These are the pieces actually of it. I don't think that I need to go further. I don't think that I need to go further. All Americans, 30% of Americans have this in their bodies. And this is the poison. This is the loving control of the body. When US diplomats have this is the same thing. These are the nanoradios that were flopping in the bodies. And when hit with microwave, when they are not active, you don't hear anything. But when they are hit with microwave, they start flopping and giving information, sending information to these torturers. And who is allowing this? All politicians. They are practically killing me. I created a video today saying that I had just so much energy. Hardly energy to go to the grocery store, and right now I am also sleep deprived constantly. And they said to me, now you will not have energy to go to the grocery store. And I'm asking following, who allowed this to happen? Who allowed Paul Markovic, a little guy who, to survive, did create t-shirts with Russian letters, who was working 4 years as consultant and came to be like a director, who wasn't promoted as director and being not satisfied said, I am going to go like, I am going to have my health my way, and then failed. And then being scared to death, took position of manager, which he did hide on his resume until he was promoted to CEO. And then came suddenly as vice president in Blue Shield of California. And this is why American dream is killed. Because through your work and through learning, you cannot do anything anymore. It is all connections. And this LinkedIn, this was called in my country, here on Balkan, getting the employment by connection, which was actually not lawful. Since when Uber, who invented Uber to be lawful? That was called gray economy. Renting apartments without paying taxes, that was called gray economy. And this is the part of this plot, because when they robotize everything, Uber will be having robotizing car. People will be able just to rent the property if they have some and produce the food so that they are not poisoned. Markovic, I am telling you, tell your friends to stop. Even if I am trembling, I will find the way to make a cure, as I did 2007. I was running and falling. At the very end, I was able to run singing 5 miles. And part of this was because Notarati Prabhakar, Indian, was director of DARPA, but Regina Dugan, white woman. And I don't know why Regina Dugan left DARPA, why she wasn't a fit for DARPA when Obama was president, because maybe Obama's greatest plan is make America colored again and make Germany Muslim. And Meghan Markle put her there in Buckingham Palace so that they have people of color everywhere. I agree, people of color should be getting power, but hey, Obama, I want to sleep. I don't want my skull first to be broken and then my whole body destroyed. You bastard.